Hey guys, welcome back to Fight the Book. Today we're going to take a look at March 16th and 17th. As you know, these contracts expire every quarter, so every 3 months I got to open up a new chart and redo my lines. I'm perfectly fine with that. It just sucks sometimes when, you're already there and then the weeks of lines that you drew in charts and stuff are pretty much gone. But anyway, let's take a look at the 16th and then the 17th, and then we'll probably do 18, 19, 20 in one go. So I'm gonna do this as if I'm looking at everything. So we have a nice little trading halt up here. I'm gonna use that as a resistance. It's a little off, that's okay. Bring this down a bit. Look at some stuff over here too. There's a bit of structure. I'll put something down here as well. And then also had one just over here. Because this pretty much looks like it'll sum up, what has happened. Let's just move into the lower time frame and see where else we could make adjustments. Put a small area right over here, depending on the type of trader you are. Again, like I always say, could have potentially took buys here because I'm pretty sure this is a large, $20. Look at that. What else do we got? 30-minute little sideways over here. Get this area. And then clone this and get up here too. And then we'll just extend this for this week because this week is supposed to be big, right? A lot of these guys are saying that they want to really stimulate the market and see what they can do, right? Because if we're crashing at this rate, like it's not good for anybody. It's not good for business. It's not good for the economy. A lot of people are affected by this. So let's take a look at the 2 days, March 16th and 17th. So as you know, on the 16th, Monday, there was a trading halt, right? And the Sunday, so price stayed at one thing during a trading halt. Price stayed at one price. During a trading halt, there's pretty much no trading and the market becomes closed. And so that's exactly what happened, right? Boom, closed. I'm pretty sure it closed again on Sunday. Let me just double check on the lower time frame. Or on the 16th, sorry. Oh, excuse me. No, what there? Let's go back to the 30. So 16th. So 30-minute, we halted on the Sunday. Monday comes, price opens, and it gaps. It's a huge gap. $54 gap, which is massive. And price continues to shoot down. Price continues to shoot down. And then price pulls up. And then it shoots all the way back down to almost fill that wick that it created. Alright. Thing is, this starts happening at around 11:30. It completes by 3:30. It's about 4 hours to come back down there. As far as entries go, I'm not too sure if I'd be comfortable taking any entries. The only one I see is probably over here with this bendy, but this bendy is pretty it's not the type I'd go for. It's in between a range, and it's not off of a breakout like this one is. I'd much rather take this one than this one over here. And even if I did take this one, let's say that it moved down before it moved up. Even if I took half the body, that would have been $14, right? Because it went down, the body's 28. Right, half the body 14, and there's a wick. So maybe on a smaller time frame, we might see that actually produce the same exact thing, but on a smaller time frame. There's a bit of consolidation after the market closed, and this would have been perfect opportunity to actually take buys to fill those bodies, right? $20 that you possibly could have made. And now let's look at the 17th, and we'll do the same thing for each day. So on the 17th, there was no market holds, but price did still end up going down at open. Before it went down though, it made a little wick. This wick was $23. I don't know about you, but I'm now holding a $23 wick. It's too expensive. The smaller time frame might show something else, but let's see what happens when you get to there. So price pulled down to the last support that we had. It did close below it, but it wasn't, I guess it wasn't too strong because we still had this wick here, right? Then price ended up pushing up and then pulling back down. I remember talking to Arrow this day. On the 15-minute, we had a solid close up here, and this matches with what's up here, right? As far as the resistance goes, let me just slap that on there. Okay, so when you move to the 15, just remember the spot right here, and you'll see, right, it made a really nice little signal here and it pulled down. The thing is, they didn't continue going all the way down, right? It went down $55, which is a lot, but compared to up here, right, it's gone farther, 93, and even farther, 100, 130. So look at that, it was waving to push down. And I guess it kind of makes sense that we didn't break out because we still had this area up here, and also this area up here too, right, where we had the price halt. As far as the entries go though, I think our best entry would have been over here, anticipating the buys. Since we are going sideways, it would be pretty sketchy, right? It would be pretty difficult to actually get that entry. Again, the smaller time frame might give us something else. I do love when price does this, right? We break down, pull up, break the last resistance, come down, right? Resistance becomes support, pulls up, down, and then up again. I love seeing that. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. But it's hard to play it sometimes, just because these bigger time frames are gonna have bigger wicks, right? I think the best play probably would have been over here once we actually seen the structure break. I'm pretty sure this is a big ass wick too. Look at that, $8, $5. I couldn't have held that. But we'll also take a look at this too on the smaller time frame to see if there's any other clues that we could have gotten. One thing to keep in mind though is the time. This is at 8 o'clock. Do we really want to be trading 8 o'clock? It depends. It depends. It really depends. So now we'll go to the 15-minute and see if there's anything else that we could have potentially taken. Okay, 15 minutes, promising. So 15-minute, it actually shows that there was a second halt. So what happened was price halted on the Sunday, reopened on Monday, gapped down, right? So from here, gap down, right? And then it halted for 15 minutes, and then it gapped down again, which is ridiculous, right? So on the second gap, price again, right? We have a massive wick. Price pulled down. Wow, price pulled down $87 and created a wick after coming back up. I think as far as entries go, I think this would have been one of our better entries over here. This is a big wick that I probably couldn't even take, and on top of that, I would want to have my stop loss below the previous wick. As far as this bendy goes, I don't like it too much, only because there's wicks on the top and the bottom, which is telling me that the price can definitely go back there. If I had a bigger stop, then yeah, it would be nice. Or if I at least got entry when it came back down here, because then, you know, I could at least look at having a stop at least at the wick or just a bit below. But anyway, price pulled up. Another entry that I would have liked to take is potentially over here, right? If we're playing the structure game, Price came up, created resistance, pulled down, up, resistance, pulled back down to resistance, became support, and then back up. As far as what you would have taken from the market though, it depends, because this $23 that you see could potentially only turn to 10 from after you move your stop loss. So it really depends. For me though, like I always say, I like to take my $5 and then just get the hell out. If I could take $5 every day consistently, I'll be a rich man. A rich man. Oh, what other opportunities are there? I think this would have been a great opportunity too. Although we do see a bullish pin bar, or whatever, kangaroo tail, whatever you like to call it, we do know that this is not exactly the best support, right? What else is there? The 17th. Oh, this area again, right? We have our little consolidation and then push up. Again, if you're just looking to fill the body on these, you would have been fine. But it would be really about timing, because look how big these wicks are. Big wick right here, which is scary, $17. We have a big wick right here, very scary. So maybe on the smaller time frame again, we'll see something even better. Well, what do we have over here? Still large, but look, it's still $10 available. Let's move to the 17th. So on the 17th, on the 15-minute, price opens and it pushes down. We're seeing the same thing that we've seen on the higher time frame, right? We had a massive wick, $23, before pushing down. We again got the close below the support, but we still had this wick over here, right? Price pulled up and we had a bendy over here. I like this one. But again, the wick is massive. So if you took your second trade, right? Even though, wow, yeah, so it would have been $6. I was gonna say, if you took a second trade and you did it after you got stopped out, so look right here, stopped out, would have been stopped out over here at $3, right? You wait a little bit, price comes back to this point, and you would have been stopped out again, even if you had the $3, right? But look how high it goes after that $80 move to the upside, and it hits the resistance, which is insane. And this is exactly where I was talking about, right? Where we had the pin bar, kangaroo tail, whatever you want to call it. It looks just like this, but on the 30-minute, and then price pulled down. I don't like this one too much wicks for the bendy, and same over here, too much wicks for the bendy. And again, we still have some room to the left. I would say I like this play, but you know, we're in between a range, so it's difficult to think about how you'd actually play that. Let's look at the 5-minute and go back to the 16th. So now on the 5-minute for the 16th, what do we see? 5-minute again. See price halted up here, opened, it gapped, halted again, gapped, and then pushed down. So on this push down now, right, we actually see how much it went in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes it did $50. Another 5, it did 53, and then it pulled back up in 10. Once you see this, it looks pretty clear that it's going back up, right? We continuously see higher lows, higher low, and the push up. Over here now, I kind of like this, I kind of don't. It's hard to play. It's really hard to play those, just because of how price moved. And again, right, here's another area too, which is nice. There's a very nice bendy, but I'm sure that this wick is more than $3. Yeah, it is. But you would have got the second one once you got stopped out. But anyway, as price moved down, if you're anticipating the sells, then yeah, it would have been a great play. But even over here too, I would definitely take this bendy. And look, there's $6 in it, $5, right? If you got it at the right time. So like, that's really why I appreciate those $5 moves, even if it is on a wick, because they happen a lot, right? Like you wouldn't expect to play this buy up here just because you see it going down, but like you wouldn't expect to actually make that $6 move or $5. Excuse me, $5 depending on where you were going. But anyway, it was another great opportunity. Another great opportunity is over here, like I was saying before, right? If you're playing the structure. The only thing I don't like about my trading sometimes is that I try to capture up moves and down moves based off of the candlestick patterns and not exactly the direction. I'm still thinking about if I should just focus on one direction as the trading day progresses, or still continuously look at these patterns. I'll figure it out one of these days once I see, you know, what makes more sense after I have more trading statistics. What else is there? I don't see anything else after. A lot of these look very difficult to play, especially from the 5-minute. You know, maybe on the 1 minute we might see something different, but let's move on to the 17th and see what else we got. The 17th, market open, big ass wick, $26 before pushing down. This is a great bendy, right? We see a structure break. This is to the left. It's still definitely to the left, but it's not as close as what we've seen over there on the 16th. Once we take that, boom, price pulls down. Even if we take it down to there, $16, or even the body, $11, that's still pretty solid. Price pulls down and then pushes back up. And again, that's because we have this massive wick here, right? That's tons of buying pressure in this area. Another great opportunity would have been over here, right? On the smaller time frame, we may see something else that looks a lot better. But another great opportunity again is over here. Price pushes up, $24 to the last resistance, or even up to here, right? You would have been fine. The biggest issue with this is that it goes down $6, which is it's pretty insane. But you know, I'd exchange $6 to make 40, 50. So it really depends on your risk and how well you take these trades. Another great position would have been over here, but again the stop loss probably would have stopped well, and then again over here, which would have been great too. Over here is good as well, right? If you take just the $5 move, it would have been great, because if we move up first, that's already $8, and the body is way more than $5. Not way more, but it's more than $5. So, oh wow, $325. The body's $550. But still decent, and that's really it, right? There wasn't much else after that we're able to take. There's about 3 different opportunities between here, over here, if you get the timing right. 3, 4, and then 5 again. We're going $5. That's gonna be $20 in a day. 20 by 4 times 20 by 4 times 1.25 is 100, which is, you know, it's a solid day. Solid day. You can't complain. Let's go to the 1 minute just really quick. We'll see what we could see. I know a lot of people don't like the 1 minute, but the 1 minute leaves definitely leaves traces and clues when it's breaking out. Let's see, perfect example over here, right? So we pulled back, right? Price pulled down. You take your buys here, you would have probably lost. Okay, fine, whatever. Price pulled up again, pulled down. You take buys once again, and look how big the body is. This body is $15, right? You would have recovered your first loss regardless, and some, and you'd be net $12. Net $12. Another great opportunity would have been, so we look at this, you know, I would definitely take this, $5, whatever. I would probably take this one as well too. It does come down $3, but again, it pushes up, right? So it's really matter of your entry and timing. What else is there? I don't see much else over here. It gets really really zigzag. And then what else do we have? This might be a great spot as well, but no, it might be stopped out. It's still a $5 move. Ba, 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 ba. No. What else is good? This might be a good move as well, but again, the timing and where you take it would be super key. Yeah, and that's about it, right? 16. So now 17. 17. We open. We push down. We have a nice bendy over here. Yeah, that would have been a nice one, but too bad it's a $3 stop loss. Price pulled down. Another great opportunity would have been over here, right after the close. Right, we broke. We closed below, right? So we broke structure once again, right? Price pulls down $17, $19, which that's great. Before pulling all the way back up. Here's another great opportunity over here too. On this one though, it might be $3. Yeah, $3.75. $2.75. It might be, depending on the entry, it might be pushing it. But again, price pulled down $15. Another great move would have been over here, right? We've seen it break this. It is their first pullback. Price comes down $2.50 to fill the body for $8, $9 right after the close, which is great. Another great opportunity is over here. Over here we see the pullback, right? This is a $3 stop loss, which you might be stopped out depending. And take it to the resistance, $14. Again, great trade. This probably would never happen, right? You'd have been stopped out easily. This looks good, but very difficult. Very difficult. So close, and then boom, $8 take profit. And I think that's about it. Over here, excuse me. Over here, there's definitely time and room. But yeah, I don't see much else. It's hard to play some of these sometimes, especially if you're not certain of the direction. But you know, you gotta essentially make rules to make this trading a lot easier. If you're trading on the 1 minute, then your stop loss to take profit are gonna get hit much quicker. I don't know why I'm rambling now. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, concerns, let me know down below. And as always, risk on.